안녕하세요, 여러분. This is 3D Girls Are Lame. I am your favorite 3D girl, and I want to welcome you back to your irregularly scheduled programming. And we are about to review Hospital Playlist Episode 2. Okay, so I feel like this episode was filled with so many interesting points and scenes, and I got super emotional watching it, so I'm gonna try to take my time and do each thing in order because my thoughts will be all over the place. I definitely cried like 3 times during this episode. This video might be slightly longer. We start out with Songhwa, who is the lady doctor, the only girl in the friend group, which makes me feel like I'm definitely going to be paying attention to this one. I want to see what she's all about. She seems like she's the perfect doctor. So she's a brain surgeon. We're going to look at the neurosurgical department. The Chief Min, who apparently he's like on TV a lot and everything. So they were kind of recording him and following him in the hospital with the cameras. And he's such a shitty person. He's going and talking all extra sweet to the patients, but he just comes in and kind of says hi to them and talks sweet to them when they first come in, and he never sees them again. He isn't even giving like people orders to take care of the patients. He's just trying to look good, and that is so annoying. Like, this is a hospital. This is serious stuff. This is real life. What the hell is wrong with you? I'm kind of over that guy already. When they run through that's like the beginning of the episode, and I'm like really irritated. I'm like, okay, alright guy, we get it. You're trying to look cute in front of the camera. But he even yells at somebody because they didn't do something when he didn't tell them what to do. You didn't tell them to do anything. Why are you gonna yell at them? Songhwa is who I really want to pay attention to. It kind of starts out her coming to work and everything, and she's fussing on the phone. Well, she's not fussing, but she's like telling somebody, I think it was her mom, I don't know. Oh, I forget. I don't know who she was talking to on the phone. But apparently her boyfriend, who was one of the doctors at the hospital, cheated on her. And so, but he did like come and confess to her. So she's all like, yeah, I broke up with him because he was cheating on me. He told me and stuff. And I'm like, dang, that's cold. She is unfazed. She goes right back to work. Apparently her nickname is Ghost because she is always on time, yet she has all these extracurricular activities, and she's unfazed, and she does so much work. Everyone wants her to help them with their surgeries. Everybody wants her in there. Help me, can you help me? Help me with my surgery. Be there for my surgery. Songhwa. Chasun님. I think about it. Sure. She says yes every time. She's like surgeries back to back to back and doesn't even look tired. She can't be a real person. They say she a ghost because she can't be real. She can't be human. Ik-jun, who is one of the friends in the friend group, he comes in and he's like pushing other doctors out of the way. He's like, hey, you should help me with my surgery. And she's all like, okay, if it's in the morning, I'll help you. The moment she agrees, another doctor who's older comes in and he's like, hey, help me with my surgery. Okay. And so Ik-jun didn't get picked, and he's like, man, dang. He's all like, I understand, maybe next time, but next time when this happens again, pick me. It's so cute, but I'm also like, no, don't do the dance too. It was cute though. That's how you know it's a newer show, if they start singing Pick Me. Another part that happens in the show is these 2 new medical students show up. The girl, she tells the story. They're like, why do you want to study medicine? You know, why do you want to be a doctor? And she tells a story about 10 years ago, her mother needing a surgery, and the doctor who did the surgery inspired her to become a doctor. And the guy kind of tells the same story. So I'm like, okay, why are you telling the same story? So I assume that they're siblings, right? Because if you tell the same exact story about your mom and she's telling the exact same story about her mom, I mean, y'all got the same mom? They just kind of think that he's piggybacking off of her story. And they go in to watch Songhwa do a surgery, a 13-hour surgery, and they stay in there the whole time. It's really interesting. This drama shows everything, so I always hate when they blur out all this stuff. They blur knives, they blur blood, they blur everything. And she tells them to come closer and everything so they can watch, and she's like, this will inspire more people to be neurosurgeons, and I think that's really amazing that she even thinks of that. But one thing that they tell about the doctor that the doctor that did the surgery on their mom is that the only thing they remember about the doctor is her shoes, so they don't even know who it is. But I kind of got a guess on who it is, but I'm not gonna tell y'all. But because you probably, if you watched it, you watched it. If you didn't watch it, then I'm gonna leave that little piece out. There are spoilers in this review, obviously, but that one there is like, there's certain things that I try to leave out. The next thing that happens after that is kind of is probably my favorite scene from this show so far. Jun pulls up and he's in the car, he rolls down the window. Songhwa has just stepped outside and she's all like, hey, I'm hungry. And he's all like, yeah, let's go get kalguksu. And she's all like, should I call the others? And they're all already in the car. They're like, come on, let's go eat. And this is great because I love the friend group dynamic that they have. They're all so close. For some reason, this scene just made me feel really emotional. And I did cry, not gonna lie. I cried. I was like teary-eyed. It was so like amazing to have that they're all so close. To have 5 best friends is such a rare thing, but they're all so cute and so close together. Songhwa and Junwon are like slurping these noodles, and the funny part of it that I noticed was Ikjun's phone is ringing and they're like slurping the noodles to the tune of the phone ringing. Like every time it rings they go, and then they like doing it to the beat. And I'm like, why are they doing it? Why are they eating like that? They're eating all the noodles, like just, they're the only ones eating super fast. And I guess nobody else ate. And everybody's like so in sync. They're all like, that's pepper, you napkin. She sniffles, somebody hands her a tissue, blah, 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 blah. They're all so linked up. The waitress lady is all like, hey, you want any rice? And so someone says, oh, just one bowl, and she goes, Junwon, you're full, right? He's like, oh yeah, just one bowl. Jungwon, he's sitting next to Junwon. I hate that their names are so close together because I keep messing it up. Junwon, Jongwon. Jongwon slaps him. He's like, hey, 5 bowls of rice, please. And they're like, why 5? You're not full? Aren't you full? And they all look at him. They're looking at them too. Like, seriously, you two ate everything. Slurping it up, so everybody's mad. They're like 5 bowls, and then they keep saying 1 bowl, 5 bowl, 1 bowl. They're arguing about that. Every time we do this, we go out and you eat all the noodles, you eat all the meat. I ain't get no beef last time. The freaking Seokyoung is like 3.5 bowls. He looks at them and is like, that's in the middle of 2 bowls and 5 bowls. 3.5 bowls, please. So apparently Junwon knew that Songhwa's boyfriend was cheating on her, or he saw it happen or whatever. And she's like giving him shit. She's all like, oh, you couldn't have told me. You should have told me right away. He's all like, oh, if it was me, would you have done it? She's like, yeah, immediately. I would have told you. He's like, well, I couldn't tell you it was different. After dinner, she's in the cab going home, and he texts her. He's all like, did I really hurt your feelings? And she's like, no, I was just messing with you. He's like, okay. And I think that's so great that even though they're squabbling at the table, at the end of the day, they still check and they're like, no, we're good. And I think it's just really beautiful. I was very curious about this. They're sitting at the table at a funeral. There's a lot of funerals, the hospital show. And somebody asked her like, hey, has there never been anything between you guys, since you've been friends for so long? And they all look at Seokyoung and Songhwa, and Seokyoung is like, I told her my feelings back when we were still in school, and she rejected me. She said she liked somebody else, and I was like, oh dang, didn't see that coming. Seokyoung in the group is so quiet, we barely see him. I'm kind of waiting for his episode. I hope his episode is next, since they decided to bring him up. Like, this is the first time, not the first time, this is like maybe the second time he shows up in the episode, and he like doesn't say anything. He's very quiet, but he's so adorable, and he kind of shows how it went back then. This is how we lead into the flashback where he confessed to her, and she's all like, oh, I still want us to be friends or whatever. And it was her birthday, so everything was fine. It's funny because every single one of them wore glasses in the flashback, so I'm like, why is everybody blind? I like that we ended on them playing a song together. No matter what happens in the show, in the end you get to see them play together in kind of a sweet moment in their friendship. So that was my spoiler review of episode 2 of Hospital Playlist. Make sure you're watching episode 3. It's already out now. Thank you for watching. This was 3D Girls Are Lame. Lonely night.
떠나던 그 모습